Welcome to Movie Chat. I'm Steve, and I'm going to start a new series. Now, I want to get through the DVDs and Blu-rays that I own. I've noticed that I've got quite a few there that I've bought that I've not watched or I've not watched for a while. So let's get them watched so they're not just sitting on the shelf for no reason at all. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy some of the content that comes out of it, because I'm going to enjoy rewatching these films. So I'll show you the collection now. So there's the collection. And what I've done to avoid doing duplicate reviews of stuff that I've already done, if I know I've done them recently, I've moved them up to here so I don't see them and don't need to watch them again unless I really want to. And then what I'll do is that when I've watched it, I'll move it down, yeah, and then I'll move these down to the next shelf, and then I can work my way down. So now you understand the challenge that I've set myself. Aren't you glad it's me that's decided to do this and not little Steve? You can just imagine the amount of videos and content you'll get from him being bombarded. Now, you probably noticed that my collection's looking a bit bare, and I fell into the trap of buying Blu-rays for the sake of buying Blu-rays when they were free for £1. So I have gone through them and I have cleared a lot of them out, and they have gone to CEX, or back to CEX, or back to charity shops or whatever. And I'm going to be a bit more particular about the ones that I buy. I'm only going to buy the ones that I want to watch or keep, and that way I'm keeping down the charity shop fodder or the car boot fodder. Now, the first lot of films that you saw on the top there was Judge Dredd, RoboCop, Passengers, um, and you know I've done them recently. Now I am going to continue the Paul Verhoeven set, so I have got Starship Troopers and Total Recall recorded and ready to go. So I'll throw them in the middle of this one as well. So that's why you've not seen them up there. Now the first film that I want to talk about today is one that I watched today, which was Reign of Fire. Now, this stars Matthew McConaughey, Christian Bale. It's got Gerard Butler in, and a couple of other known actors as well that play small parts. Now, the story is set around England. It's set around London, with dragons that come in and burn London, burn the world, and it's how the humans and people are surviving around dragons. Now, Christian Bale has a small settlement, and Matthew McConaughey is the American dragon slayer stroke hero stroke anti-hero that comes in to help him. Now, at the start of the film, you see a young boy go to see his mum while they're digging out for an underground tunnel, like a rail tunnel. And the call comes through on the radio that they've hit a void. Now, while the mum goes off and investigates the void and investigates what's happened with the plans, etc., the young lad is talking to one of the workers, and the workers sends him in under the hole they've made into this big cave. Now, he's not got any PPE on. Everyone else is walking around with hard hats and light eye protection and high vis and stuff, and he's just in his school uniform. So that would never wash with a HSE. Anyway, so as he goes in to this cave, he's got like a torch and he's having a look around. He hears something breathing behind him, and then something drops like an acidy type of substance. And as he turns around, here's the dragon. So they've inadvertently released the dragons on the world. Okay, and he's the only survivor from this tunnel. And as the film goes on, you find out that it's actually Christian Bale's character. So he's been there from the start. He's helping people survive and stuff like that as he's going on. About 20 minutes into the film, Matthew McConaughey's lot turn up. And they think they're marauders or rogue marines or something like that. So you can just imagine the sort of scenarios that you go through in Walking Dead, where different groups of people are fighting different people to survive, etc., stealing resources and stuff like that. And that's what is going through their mind in the settlement when these people turn up with tanks and stuff like that. And then he's telling the story about how he's killed a dragon and stuff like that, and that's what wins him over. And then when they're coming through the gates, a helicopter comes flying in. So it's just like, right, okay, so I believe that you're killing these dragons. Now, as the story develops, you realise that there's some madness that's going on, and in typical Yank fashion, we're just going to do what we're going to do. It's a great little action film for you to go and watch. Like I say, the story's not too far-fetched. It's a nice fantasy story. The action is quite good, quite realistic. You know, they are running short on ammo. There is dragons there, so your things are burning around you and stuff like that. The special effects are absolutely brilliant for the dragons, the way that they fly. Now, you can sort of see now that the special effects that they're using in something like House of the Dragons and Game of Thrones and stuff like that is on par with this. Now, don't forget, this film is a good 15 years old, possibly more. But I'm just trying to see when it was released. Anyway, it's an old film, but it is well worth a watch. It's only 101 minutes long, so it's not too long. It keeps your attention as well as you're going through, because, like I say, the story develops and relationships develop between the different characters and stuff like that, and clash of leaders and stuff. It is a good film. It is a good film to watch, and I'm glad I've rewatched it. I'm glad they own it. This is definitely one that I'm going to keep. It's not going to end up in a CEX pile. So now I've reviewed Reign of Fire. Okay, we like to put regular content out on the channel, so it could be anything from top 5 to movie reviews, TV reviews. If I see any new releases, I like to get a non-spoiler type of review out there for you. Little Steve also puts out content as well. His is more to do with his collection of steelbooks and Blu-rays and whatever he picks up as well. Plus, we also have our live stream on a Thursday night where we'll discuss what we've picked up this week, if anything cool, any cool figures or collectibles or films. We also have a featured actor where we go through that actor's back catalogue. We pick the top 5 films, we pick a worst film, we also have honourable mentions. We've also got a homework movie, which is randomly selected by a wheel, so we watch that the week before and then we review that live. And of course, we have special guests and friends of the channel come on from time to time as well, so you're not just listening to me and Little Steve all the time, which is good to have those people on as well, because we're hoping to start building like a movie community. And you get to hear different people's point of views as well. So on that note, if you like the video, please hit the like button for YouTube to push our content out to other people. And while you're there, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe. So as the time of filming this video, we are on 332 subscribers. So we'd like to get to that magical 1,000 mark. But as always, we just do this for a little bit of fun. And it's a little bit of a hobby. But like I say, once we get to that 1,000 mark, we can do some sort of giveaway or celebration or something like that. So hopefully you can be part of that. Now, you can also find us on Facebook via our own Facebook page, Movie Chats and Film Geeks. We've currently got 1,400 members on that page, and we're on Instagram as moviechats_2021 as well. Now, I'm Steve, you've been watching Movie Chats, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.